Roadcaster. So now let me see if I hear it. Oh, damn, it's a delay. I'm going to have to wait to see if I hear it. Roadcaster. Oh, there it goes. So now let me see if I hear. So, yeah. So I don't know why my music wasn't playing, but it is. Yeah, I don't know what to do. But hello. Good evening. Good afternoon and good morning or whatever else it may be out there. What's going on? Happy holidays. Oh, I still didn't bring my freaking Christmas. That's what I should have did. I should have brought my Christmas hat because that's what I wanted to do last time was bring my Christmas hat, but I didn't do it. But what's going on? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Festivus.
How was your Christmas?
It was cool. Had a good meal.
Okay.
Nice little turkey and some coquito that got me pretty lit.
Okay. I too had a very interesting Christmas. I got a really nice Christmas gift. I wasn't expecting it, but it was kind of lit. I appreciate it. But other than that, yeah, my Christmas was pretty quiet. I feel like the if you don't have kids, I think it's very difficult to get into the holidays because I think that a lot of the holiday cheer is for the children. And I think that, a lot of people have been saying like, the holidays ain't holidaying and all of that. And it's not just necessarily because we're the new adults.
Yeah.
But it's also because a lot of us don't have kids. And so you kind of don't have that. Like I was watching so many of like my peoples doing like Elf on the Shelf with their kids and like doing all of those little cutesy things and it does make it to where it's
pajamas.
Yeah, like it's just really cute. Like I don't know. I think it's not a problem if you're not super, I want to say, festive. You know what I mean? Because some people feel like, oh, I'm a Grinch if I don't be in the holiday spirit. But sometimes it's just a matter of like, nigga, we grown. Like I think I remember one Thanksgiving I ate takeout because I just wasn't in the mood to go to nobody's house. I didn't feel like getting dressed and going nowhere. I didn't feel like cooking. I just ordered something and I was perfectly happy with that. Funny enough, because I saw the picture in my phone because I need to make space in my phone. But I remember that Christmas and it was just like, that Thanksgiving. It's just like, yeah, like sometimes all of that is too much. But I do want to say for everybody who did show out for this holiday season, I enjoyed y'all's content very thoroughly. Like I have one homegirl, she hosted her family at her house for the first time. That's a pretty big thing, for people. What you squishing up your face for? So what you squishing up your face for?
No, I thought I saw latency somewhere.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Probably these two things. I try to keep focused on this one and not look at the other one because the other one can be weird sometimes. But no, for the people who, if you chilled by yourself this Christmas, if you traveled this Christmas, if you, it was just you and your peoples, your homies, your homegirls, whomever. If that's what y'all did for this Christmas, then, by all means.
Shout outs to y'all.
Facts. Let me see what else is going on. New Year's is around the corner. That should be fun. I just feel like everything is either like I saw a list of places that they're like they're trying to advertise like no cover on New Year's Eve, and a part of me is curious because I want to see how much of a zoo that may be. But a part of me is like acting all of my age and is like, I don't think I want to be involved in a free.
As you shouldn't. So you ain't wrong.
In a free New Year. Because don't get me wrong, some places are like wildly overcharging these days for like New Year's New Year's open bar packages.
Yeah.
And I'm just not here for that. But I don't know if I am enticed by the no cover on New Year's event either. I just feel like that, not necessarily a recipe for disaster, but I think it's going to be the wrong kind of crowd. I think that crowd is going to be very young. I think that crowd is going to be very my first club, and I don't think I want any part. I don't think I want any parts.
I mean,
But
that's understandable.
you said what?
No, I said that's understandable.
No, that's a fact. Cause like, I can't be bothered. Like I hate is a strong word. Let me change that.
Despise.
I not even despise. I don't like being in spaces with the 20 somethings, like, and I mean like the 23, 24, 25s. Like I don't want to be in any space where there's a majority of them. Like I don't.
My cousin's oldest son is 20 years old, so like that type of crowd is all I don't want to be around.
Listen, because granted, I remember being 20 something. I remember being in people's clubs, standing on couches and chairs and tables and doing the things.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to be around that.
That's
And
fair.
and I don't think that they should want people to be around that. Like it always, I think being in my 30s now makes me look back at all the 30 somethings that used to be in the clubs when I, like, in the same clubs that I was in. Like I could never do it. How did you do it back then? Like, how did you do it? Like, that's the one question I want to ask is, how did you do this? Because I can't think to do this now.
That's true. You got to plan it out, I guess.
I plan it out. I have places that I know to avoid.
That too.
Places that I would never be like, are you kidding me? And I think that's how it should be. Like, I don't necessarily, because like even now, like I don't think, no, I think I could party with the 40-year-olds.
I mean,
I done been to a couple of 40-year-old functions, and although they are very slow paced, I don't mind. You get fed at the 40 and up events. You get to, get your best dressed on. You know what I mean? Like you get to really like put that shit on. And a 40 up event, it's gonna be some really good drinks, and they're not gonna be expensive, but they're gonna be hitting every time.
yeah.
They're gonna be hitting every time. I like the 40-year-old vibes.
You ain't tell a lie about that at all.
But let's see what interesting had happened this week, because I'm kind of tired, so I don't know. I still got my bonnet on. I thought about it. I was gonna take my bonnet off, but I was like, no, I'm good. I'm tired today. I am, because I had a long day. Like, I woke up this morning late. That was the first problem. So I woke up late, had to do laundry. Then on top of that, I had to like clean up some stuff. So like I'm trying to do laundry and clean as I go around. And then on top of that, I had to work. And on top of that, I went to the gym earlier today. So I feel like I did mad shit and I'm exhausted. But I did want to stay on schedule, and then we didn't do the show on Christmas. So I was like, I can't not do it today. So yeah, let me see. What's something that's interesting? What's an interesting thing that happened? We talked about the tax cut. We could talk about the 4-day work week in Japan. I thought this was pretty interesting because I don't want to follow you. I thought this was pretty interesting because given how things are going, I think this is really, really interesting. It says an ambitious move aimed at tackling Japan's record low fertility rates and supporting working mothers, the Tokyo metropolitan government announced the introduction of the 4-day work week for its employees starting in April 2025. Governor Yuriko Koike unveiled this policy during her latest speech at the Tokyo Metropolitan Assembly, citing the need for a transformative approach to work-life balance to encourage family growth. I thought this was very, very interesting because, of course, everyone is saying America needs to take take note. Why you don't think it's gonna happen? People only work 4 days a week anyway.
No, I mean it's never gonna happen here because America's exploitative. They want to exploit anybody, no matter who it is, even children. So it's like a 4-day work week. They're like, psych, that ain't happening.
But why do you think it's not gonna happen?
Because they want people working. I mean, there's some companies that do like 4-day work weeks or like, you know, hybrid. Like
right, but that's what I'm saying. So why not make it a simple thing? Like, I'm just not understanding why.
No, because they want people working and stuff like 5 days a week, literally, or even more.
I mean, where's the other one?
It should happen, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
I mean, oh man.
All my friends have very corporate jobs, and they are blowing up the group chat nonstop. I'm surprised the economy isn't doing worse with how many puberty memes I get sent at 10:15 a.m. And it's not just work from home people. It's in office as well. I asked my friend the other day, I go, aren't you working right now, dude? And he goes, yeah, I'm in a meeting. Sends me a picture of the meeting. One of my boys sent a photo of someone he was interviewing in his office, talking about, bro really just gave me a resume with 3 pages. It's like, dude, he can see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. People are not working at their jobs. People are at work on Twitter, on Instagram. They're on TikTok. They're on Reddit. People are reading newsletters. They're doing everything but working. So why not do a 4-day work week?
Well, the reason why people are not working because they know picking themselves up by the bootstraps is not gonna work to get ahead in the corporation. So they're gonna do whatever, basically, like this dude said right here.
Go ahead.
No, but with the 4-day work week stuff, is like I said, like government's never gonna change that because you know corporations are in bed with the government, so they're gonna want to make sure they squeeze the life out of all the workers because America's not that pro worker. So if it was, then yeah, it would have happened, but they're not. They're more pro employee. Whereas Japan, they're obviously pro worker.
You mean pro employer?
No, they're pro worker. Because they're prioritizing the worker and the mothers and stuff like that out there in Japan.
I mean, I don't know. I just find it to be very interesting that all of these other developed countries can have all of these, you know, experimental things. But yet America just makes it seem as though like it's just so impossible. Like
they just make excuses. That's what they do.
It just is so crazy to me. And it's like, put your money where your mouth is. What are the things that you actually do value? And if you're saying that your birth rates are just so low and they're just, you know, so abysmal that you are willing to go this far, then I mean, yeah, I would want to see what that looks like. Because again, I don't see what do we benefit being at this job for 5 days a week when we can guarantee that we know people only really work 4, whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're only getting 4 full days out of your employees. Either that Monday or that Friday, people are skating by. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, another thing they won't do it is if they cut short in the work week, they got to raise the wages.
Well, no, they don't have to. You keep the wages exactly the same.
I mean, because if you take out the 5th day, that's going to be 32 hours a week.
It doesn't, not necessarily. It doesn't have to be. And even like, because again, because that's another problem, right? This whole idea of paying by hour. For every 60 minutes of my time, you're telling me it's worth this much. People who work salary jobs, they don't have that. They're responsible for a 40-hour week, but you're not directly trading that. And then a lot of times people who are salary, sometimes depending on their position, they may have to work more than 40 hours for that same amount every 2 weeks or every month or however they get paid. Fair. So that idea I don't want to be stuck on. I'm more so just speaking from a productivity standpoint. The days and ways in which you actually do the work is only 4 days.
Another thing why the U.S. won't do that, they feel like they'll view a worker saying like they'll view a worker that's not productive. Well, they're gonna view a certain worker that they're gonna exploit once they see they're not as productive and they milked everything they could out of that worker, they could just easily replace them.
What do you mean?
Business as usual.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying like. Say like if it's somebody with like X amount of experience at a certain job or whatever, been upstanding employee and stuff like that, and then the employer just decides to let them go for somebody better with lower wages. That's what I mean. They can exploit they can exploit that replacement person. The person that replaced the person replacing the old person.
Yeah, but why would you want to risk that? Like, why would you want to risk having to retrain, accommodate? Like, why would you do that?
I mean, they don't care. That's why.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, as long as their bottom line is met, they don't care. You know.
Yeah, but wouldn't the bottom line be efficiency? Like, if you wanted to prioritize efficiency in your company, and you know that people would benefit from an extra day off, rather it being only 2 days a week, you get 3. I don't see how you would be doing yourself a disservice. Like for me, I would say get rid of Wednesday. You work Monday, Tuesday, you're off Wednesday. You work Thursday, Friday, you're off Saturday, Sunday. You go back to work Monday, Tuesday, you're off Wednesday. So on and so forth. 4-day work week.
That works.
And it would just give you the time to be like, you give it your all between Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday you get to take or even if you just like are not even give it your all, because you would probably give it your all Thursday, Friday, because you know you have 2 days off back to back to really just be like, all right. Because the thing about it really ends up being the reason why I believe that people are less productive during their work week is because your weekend is filled with doing a bunch of stuff you couldn't do during the week. So whether that's laundry, whether that's running errands, that's getting to the store, getting to return stuff, buy stuff, try stuff, whatever it is, you spend all, say, Saturday doing that. Now Sunday, you spend the whole day trying to either have a little bit of fun or get some rest before you got to go back on Monday, or figuring out how you're going to balance all of the stuff that you didn't get to do this weekend over the next couple of days. If you give people the Wednesday, then you have a weekday that you can get stuff done. And then you don't have to necessarily worry about burnout because you're only ever working 2 days at a time. I don't see why it can't be a thing. And
I mean, the reason why it can't be a thing is because greed. Is what I'm saying. Like,
but that's more than greed. That's like, I want you to suffer. Like,
yes,
that's not even greed. That's just pure malicious intent.
Yeah, I mean, exploit. That's the nature of this damn country. Is like they want to exploit people and they want to run people to the ground until they finish exploiting them and replace them with the next person. So the machine keeps going.
You can still have I don't know why you gotta run the machine ragged to keep it running. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, if you want this perpetual working class, the least you could do is make it comfortable to where people don't find fault with it. Like, if you want it to be like people are just going to consistently be the cogs in the machine, why wouldn't you oil them? Why would you want to, like, you're gonna add, your machine is only gonna keep getting bigger, so you're gonna always have space for more cogs. Why would you want to run the ones you have ragged just to have to replace them again and again and again and again and again? It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, yeah, there's no logic to it. It's just,
I mean, I hope they do it. I really do. I hope they do it, and then people in America can be like, see, so explain. Make it make sense why you...
Oh, no, that's going to happen in Japan. That definitely...
Make it make sense.
Nah, but back to the hourly wage thing. Minimum wage, I think, not federal or national minimum wage, I think it's like $7.25. It's been that way for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, if the U.S. ever did a 4-day work week, they got to raise that shit up to where it needs to be, basically. Which I would say is like, what, 25, 27
Yeah, but the only... But see, I don't know if... Federal minimum wage...
No, because if you raise the federal minimum wage, other states is going to follow suit.
I don't even know why there is a federal minimum wage.
Yeah, because federal workers, stuff like that.
Because to me, if I'm a company that makes billions of dollars in profits, if I could get away with paying people $7.25 an hour, nothing on this planet is gonna make me not want to pay them that. I don't see how federal minimum wage can make it so that these company profit margins could be so vastly large without them kicking anything back to the economy. Because if they're not paying taxes, they're not paying people wages. So that means that people who are working those jobs are not spending money on the things that they would want you to spend money on. So how does that benefit your bottom line?
Basically, remember that video from last time from Zevi about Ronald Reagan, where the economy kept going up and the wages stayed stagnant and stuff like that? You remember that part of the video?
Yes, I think so.
That's what the economy is. They basically convince people like, oh, let's not tax the rich. So the rich meaning the corporation and the head of the corporation themselves.
But this is my thing. When you think about money and you think about the quote unquote economy, if only a certain amount of people are going to be rich, like, I don't understand how is it that people on, like, not taxes. All right, how can I say this? Let me formulate my thought first, because it's just really interesting to me to try to understand why you would want to do this. Because, all right, you have capitalism as this big thing that makes people want to spend money. Or consumerism, rather. You have consumerism where we're force-fed ads, we're force-fed these ideals and these ideologies about what it means to have things and what the things you have mean and blah, 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 blah. So you force all of the poorer people on the lower end of the spectrum to spend all their money on these things, so that the people who are rich don't necessarily spend or consume as much? Or is it that they're consuming things just on a higher level?
They're able to, without any tax cuts, they're able to amass more wealth because of those tax cuts. It's basically corporate welfare, right there. Like, that's what that is.
That's an interesting concept. Corporate welfare?
Yeah. Like, all these billionaires get government contracts and stuff like that, and taxes that benefits their money greatly. Like Elon, like, I think he has 420 billion right now. I forgot, about a couple years ago he was like 2 billion or something like that.
And he's talking about he wanna they said he owns I don't even remember the number. Actually, look it up. How many satellites does Elon own? It's a ridiculous amount, and I'm just really like beyond shocked.
And this is
because I'm like, what do you mean? So like, what is he doing? Like, he's just sending he just got all of these satellites up there to do what? What is he doing with all of this money?
Wasting it on nonsense, basically.
Almost 7,000 Starlink satellites in orbit. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, but that's one of his federal contracts right there. Or government contracts.
SpaceX controls nearly 2/3 of all active. Yeah, that's what it was. I know it was like I was like, what? It was something like it was a post or something that said this, and I was like, that is absurd.
And then people are gonna fall into the alien theories and stuff like that.
I mean, they've been trying to get people when they had what did he call it? Was it Space Force?
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, that's a distraction
They
right there.
started Space Force, and they said yes, there are aliens. Sure are.
Whether they are or not, it's still a distraction. It's like, who the hell cares? Like, there's real stuff going on in our lives that they're not addressing.
I mean, but people been caring about the aliens since the 90s.
I mean, yeah, but it's still a distraction. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you give people something to, I guess, give people something to hope in.
it's like a carrot and a stick, basically.
They launched 22 Starlink satellites into orbit. Listen, from Cape Canaveral, Florida, Starlink satellite systems are being used by Ukrainian forces on all front lines in the war with Russia. And the country's spy chief has said.
Yeah, it's good it's used for national security and intel, so that makes sense.
We have engine ignition and liftoff of Falcon 9 and Starlink 6-16. Go, Internet satellites V2, go.
And go, Elon Musk's SpaceX company has put 22 new Starlink satellites into orbit. The company says it's launched a couple of hours ago from Cape Canaveral in Florida was a success. SpaceX had 65 liftoffs so far this year. Starlink is meant to provide internet services around the world, and right now the company has more than 4,500 satellites in orbit.
Damn, my bad. So yeah, it was just saying about how they launched 22 new from that one rocket. It's gonna be 22 more satellites up there.
Wow, wonderful.
And I mean, again, like,
this is what he spends his tax money on, by the way.
But this is what I'm saying. To do what? What do they up there? That's matter of fact. Can you search that? What do Starlink satellites do? What do we need them up there for? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? The purpose of Starlink satellites is to provide high-speed internet access to remote and underserved areas around the world. So this is why we can watch people build pools and huts in rural areas across the world. Why we could watch people cook on rocks. Is that what they're saying?
Local coverage. So it's basically a network hub. A highly expensive network hub out in space.
What do they actually do? They offer unlimited high-speed data through an array of small satellites that deliver up to 150 megabits per second of internet speed. SpaceX plans to double this rate in the coming months. So yeah, this is why. Have you ever seen those videos?
Which ones?
Put man builds house in woods. It's like a bunch of videos of these people. And I used to get so caught up in some of these. And it's like people all over the world. Like,
make 2025 the year you make faster checkouts happen. Make grand openings happen.
Oh no, this is a white man. I don't necessarily want to watch this. But it's usually... Oh wait, is he white? Is he white? I can't tell.
He is.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's these videos of these people who just be in these rural places and they'll build houses and pools and all types of, I won't say weird, but all types of stuff. Oh no, these are white men. I don't want to see the white men. I want to see the indigenous people. It's not funny. It's like, it's usually some person in some rural area. Yeah, like it's usually somebody like this who is building out. And I always used to think, like, where they getting Wi-Fi service and camera angles and tripods to do all of this?
Request service. That's it.
And they'll show you their meals, how they eat in there, like, and they build it from the ground up with their own hands. And I've been wondering, and then some of them is like people will cook on rocks, like they'll show themselves go fishing, or they'll show themselves making a trap, and then they, you know what I mean, they get the animal or whatever it is, then they show themselves cleaning it, then they'll season it, they'll go in like the woods and pick the herbs fresh and do all of that stuff, and yeah, and they'll cook. So you get everything in one video with these two. So yeah, this is what Starlink is allowing people to do. It makes sense. And some of these things is really interesting because it's like, did you know how to do this beforehand, or did you look it up just for the purpose of this video?
No, they probably knew how to do this.
Because like they start fires from scratch.
Because this takes years of experience and learning. This is a craft right here, well, a trade, so.
No, that's a fact. But see, I don't like how they got everything in one video. This is 3 hours. Usually I just watch the little clips because I want you to see like they actually, and I used to watch these for hours on Facebook. When I say hours, like hours of watching them do this, because they would always find a new way to create. I've seen them dig a pool, make their own bricks, make their own tiles. Like, I haven't really seen them build much of nothing. I just see them, doing stuff a little by little. But maybe some more should pop up. I'm not seeing the real ones, but nah. Okay, so I mean, how did we even get here? What was we talking about?
Oh, 4-day work week, how billionaires.
Yes, yes, give us a 4-day work week. Like, can we lobby somebody in Congress and pay some money and get a bill? Like, ain't that how that works?
I mean, I doubt it, because a lot of people in Congress are bought and owned by companies, so.
Yeah, but if you're bought and owned by companies, then it's still.
Yeah, they'll vote against it. They'll vote against those interests.
But we need the numbers to prove why that is okay, like why that would work. Because I do believe that it would boost their profits. I feel like giving people an extra day off gives you an extra day to go shopping and spend money.
That's true, but it's, again, like, the system here is, they don't care about that. Like, the
damn,
system keep going.
You can't win for losing, bro.
I mean, the only way it gets fixed is to take money out of Congress. It's the only way. That's the only way that'll ever go through.
I will say, I did hear that they say that a lot of people in government. Oh wait, this thing is still playing. I'm like, why do I still hear birds chirping in my ears? What was I about to say? What was I about to say? Damn, I really lost my train of thought. That shit just.
Congress and.
Oh yeah, that how they get paid. A lot of them ridiculous amounts of money even after they're done. Like, their salary, like their pension, is like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and also they also got like their stock portfolios. Because they're part of inside trading and stuff like that. So imagine how crazy. Imagine that in their salaries. They're pretty much millionaires.
Ain't that crazy? You know.
But they blame, immigrants or,
where people working for $2.50. You think the minimum wage is bad? Wait till you find out how much barbacks make. wait till you find about how much money the people, the quote unquote essential workers in the kitchen make. Wait till you find that out. Ridiculous. But yeah, that was just the interesting thing that happened this week that I wanted to talk about is Japan and their 4-day work week. I wish them well. I want to see what happens with that, honestly and truly. Like, I want to know if they get to pull it off because I want to see. I want to see. Would. You said what?
They most likely would because.
I hope so. It's Sunday. So what was your rose of the week?
My rose of the week. I stood home all Christmas week.
You stood home. All right. Yeah, that's lit. That's lit. Especially since wasn't the weather was crazy. It was cold. Yep. It rained a few times actually.
And it snowed.
And it did snow. Yes, you asked for snow again and got snow again.
Still not
running your mouth. You're not gonna be satisfied. Like you're not gonna be satisfied until
it's 1996.
Facts. And I'm not prepared for none of that. I'm not in the mood for none of that. I'm not. That would piss me off now. I remember how excited I was as a kid for the blizzard of 96. I would be highly agitated if that happened today. Just out of pure frustration of everything and everywhere is going to be utter hell that I want no parts of.
I wonder if my mom worked during that time. There's no way she did. Hell no. Nobody did.
My mom worked really close to where we lived, like damn near walking distance. So I don't even remember if that was a thing for her back then. Like I feel like she probably did go to work. I just remember that there was this huge, like when I say huge mountain of snow in the middle of our complex. It was because all of the snow plows kind of like cleared the streets and all piled the snow in one central area. Yeah. So it just became this massive mountain in the middle of like, it wasn't even a park. It was like the side of this like little roundabout thing. Mm-hmm. And all we did the whole entire day was just kept climbing up the mountain and sliding down, climbing up the mountain and sliding down the whole day. And then of course, there was scaffolds up. So there was people jumping off the bar in the scaffold into the snow, hanging on the bars, doing flips into the snow. Like it was craziness. It was craziness. And it's crazy that I remember that from so long ago. Like, but that's just a very like prominent memory. That is a memory. That blackout, what was that? 2003. That was a memory.
That was fun.
Of I don't know if you could say fun, but that was a core memory. And I'm trying to think what else. What else is something that was experienced? Heat waves, I don't really remember because all heat waves kind of like stand, they all
in New York.
Yeah, they all kind of running together. But for some reason, the blizzard of 96 and that blackout in 03 are very, very like core memories. Let me think. What was my rose? What was my rose of the week? My rose of the week is I used gym last time, so I can't say that.
Got a juicer.
I did. My Christmas gift was a juicer, and I love. Oh wait, no, that's not the right side. Yeah, there we go. My Christmas gift was a juicer. Oh, that is my rose of the week. I actually made some juice. Like I did beets, ginger, and lemon, and then I did celery. What did I do with the celery? Celery. It was celery and something else. I don't remember. And then I also was supposed to do some apples. I want to do apples and I want to do carrots for my mom and get her some carrot juice. But yeah, I actually am putting it to use. And so I'm going to start juicing. But I want to do like not full things of juice, but I want to like just have like beet juice in the house, or just have, you know, some celery juice or some celery water or whatever. Like I want to just have that, so that if I feel like making smoothies or I feel like making other things, I could kind of like mix and match what I want to do. Cause like I would do beet juice with blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and like make that into a smoothie. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, right? And then I also want to do like my own natural sodas, because that was one of the things that I did with the beet and ginger. So I did beet and ginger juice, and then I added salsa water.
Okay.
And made like my own like little soda, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. That's what I used the last of my ice for, because I was like, the beet juice was still kind of warm, so I used my ice.
Definitely got to try some.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on some stuff, so definitely.
I think the beet juice is the bitter taste of it.
But you know what? The beet and the ginger was definitely bitter by itself, and then, you know, I added a little bit of lemon just to kind of like zhuzh it up. But I feel like if you add the berries for a smoothie, yeah, then it should be a little bit better. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What was your thorn of the week?
I think I told you about it. Finding care for my mother during the Christmas times, because her regular caregivers weren't around. So that was annoying.
Yeah, that's gotta suck. I mean,
but it was fine though, ultimately. But it was annoying.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, because it's like, on one hand, you are a healthcare worker, and holidays, unfortunately, don't apply. Like, hospitals can't close on the holidays, so why should home health aides be able to call out? But then you also got to understand, these people are
human,
right? And they have families, and they have. That's pretty. But see, whatever happened to, like, I think for the people who. This is why people need hiring diversity, because you need people of all different like beliefs and creeds and religions and ethnicities, because just for times like these, like I used to remember that back in the day, you could, and shit, even sometime now, you can always count on the Chinese restaurant to be open. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, they could care less about any of our American holidays. They are going to be open, and they are going to be collecting the bag. I think you need people like that in other places, in other industries, so that we really can keep the world moving, and we shouldn't shut down. Yeah. Because 100%. That's kind of messed up. How long did it take for you to find somebody for her?
No, it was like about a couple hours.
A couple hours is... Well, you know,
and it was on a week. It was on a weekend too, so that's what made it crazier.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. My thorn of the week. What is my thorn of the week? I want to say my thorn of the week is realizing how unserious I still am about a lot of stuff.
What do you mean?
Like, so I was talking to a homegirl of mine, and we were talking about, I don't even remember how the conversation started, but we were talking about dating. Mm-hmm. And just in having the conversation, we came across, you know, having the convo about the topic of purpose, mm-hmm. and like what it means to like find your purpose, walk in your purpose, all of those things. And I was like, you know what? That's interesting you bring it up, because purpose is something that it's a concept that I've struggled with, mm-hmm. because who's to say that everybody has a purpose? That's number one. And then number two is, who's to say I'm one of those people with a purpose? And a part of me feels like that journey of finding your purpose, what if you're the person who embarks on that journey and finds absolutely nothing at the end? What happens then? And then that becomes a spiral of a thought. And so in finding myself stuck in having that thought, I think that is a thorn of the week because, well, it's not necessarily, it's not a thorn of the week because it caused me to look at something bigger. And it caused me to ask a lot of really big questions. And I think in doing that, it then sparks a whole new path of like, well, exploring that. And so to me, why are you looking like that?
No, I'm listening. That's why.
Oh. You look perplexed. But no, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds weird. It sounds woo woo. Because I know a lot of times people are like, oh, like, well, you know, your kids would be your purpose, or your job would be your purpose. Or it's just like, but what if it's something else? And what if you don't know what that something else is? Or what if it's nothing?
I think everybody has a purpose, but they haven't stumbled upon it yet. I think that's how I view it.
So, but see, is it something that you just stumble upon, or is it something? Because like in some cases, people say it's something that you have to work towards. It's something that you have to look for. That's a part of the journey. But I don't know if it's. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
you look for it, or it finds you.
Because I've always envied the people who were like, I know exactly what I'm doing when I grow up. Like, I went to college with a few of those people, and like in seeing them now, they are doing exactly what they said they were gonna do, however many umpteen years ago. And I've always envied that in people, to be so sure that you just knew what it was that you were going to do. Like, I really wish I was one of those people. I'm somebody who I be having to fuck around and find out. I'll do things. I'll be like, oh, I like this, I don't like that. And then I'll move in another lane. And I pick up things as I go along. Because I can't even tell you how many different occupational lanes that I've worked in throughout my lifetime. But it's just one of those things, is like, all right, in all of these experiences, what is the common thread? What has been the same or similar throughout all of these different, paths? And I think that's a question that I'm going to be working on and working with from now until well into the new year, because it's worth exploring.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Do you ever have like those deep, what would you call it? What's that word? There's a word for it. I don't remember it right now. Not epiphany, but like, do you think you have a purpose? Or like, do you know what your purpose is?
That's a good question. I gotta see if I gotta really answer that. I don't think I've really found my true purpose yet. But I feel like, but I do have my own goals that I want to set for myself. Like, definitely don't want to be complacent. I think complacency is the worst thing. The worst thing to have. The worst habit to have.
Okay.
So it's like, I just have certain goals that I want to meet, I want to make sure, like, I'm taken care of by myself. I'm able to be self-sufficient and stuff like that. Make sure I travel. Make sure I enjoy life,
Okay.
And I feel like those are things that can help you lead to your purpose,
Okay. All right. What else? Let's see. I think last but not least is, it should be here. Let's see. What would I want to talk about today? What was the weird people on the internet?
Just had the fermented liver, feel pretty good. I waited 15 minutes, and now I'm going to have some more fermented pork. So it's, I don't know, 3.5 weeks old now, I guess. I think there's too much fat in this pork because it's not fermenting like the way I'd like it to. Like, it's supposed to reek and stink like super bad and like burn your mouth.
He's literally eating rotting, desiccated flesh. He stated in his other videos that he will open the jars regularly so that air can get to the meat. So it's not fermenting, it's literally rotting. Literally rotting meat. And then he says, somebody asked him why he's doing this. Oh, because it heals depression and the nutrients go straight to your brain. That's not nutrients, that's botulism. You're explaining botulism. The toxin goes straight to your brain and attacks the nerves that stimulate your muscles.
Hey, yo. So, yeah, I came across this post with this guy talking about eating fermented pig meat.
That's nasty. That makes no sense. Like,
And
mind you, don't eat pork too often, but still, like, ugh.
I mean, and when I said, and I named this section "Weird People on the Internet" because at this point in time, I was coming across a lot of strange posts. Like, my algorithm was messed up. My algorithm is all over the place because I catch myself watching weird, obscure stuff all the time. I get the whole like my algorithm, and I'm not complaining because I would much prefer my algorithm than some of the things that other people get on their timelines, because at least I could say I get a lot of different things. I get, people building huts in the woods. I get random people commenting on niggas eating raw meat. I get carpet cleaning ASMR videos. I got addicted to watching. It's this guy, I think his name is like Ty Sai or Sai Tai, something like that. He repairs and restores old rusty things that he finds or like buys. So his whole demo is he'll go to garage sales, he'll go to flea markets, he'll go to all of those different things and just will buy random rusty stuff. Yeah. And then he has all the tools to repair it. So I just watch all the different ways, the fluids he uses, the machines, the different like sandblasting. I love watching when they sandblast stuff because it just looks like so cool.
Cool hobbies right there for sure. Listen,
they make knives. I watch people do hoof cleaning. It's these guys that's all they get paid to do is go around to different farms and trim and take care of cow hooves, and whether they have infections or they're like rocks in their hooves or
they get cows pedicures.
Word like that. It's my algorithm. I just say all of that to say my algorithm is all over the place. But I came across this and I'm just like, why would you put this on the internet? What do you mean you eat I'm
not surprised. You would do anything outrageous on the internet these days.
And I don't understand, because what is that about? It was another one too. Where's the other one? Weird people on the internet. Where's the other one? Oh, yeah.
Describe how much I love you and how proud I am to be your mother. There's tons of memories together, but I wish I was your lover. It's my fault for making you attractive. You need therapy. And you're causing your son to need therapy. And I've hidden your identity, Miss Ma'am, to protect the identity of your minor son, because this is embarrassing and not his fault. I'm seeing no contact in your future. Well, why would you?
So a mother posts a photo of her and her son. It says, "Words can't describe how much I love you, Hayden, and how I am so proud to be your mother. We share tons of memories together, and sometimes I wish I was your lover. My fault for making you attracted. Love your son. Hashtag boy mama." Why do people say and do these weird things for other people to see? Like, if you wanted to be weird, you could just be weird in your home by yourself without any witnesses. Why do you insist on being weird where everyone can see you?
It sounds like the penguin and his mom relationship.
Like, why? Why do you want to be weird where everyone can see you?
Yeah, that's a sick type of relationship. Those relationships kind of exist between a parent and child.
I don't know if that's a normal thing though.
No,
I don't want to put that. I don't want to put that on mother son.
Oh no! I mean, of course not.
Relationships.
Of course not. I mean, again, I'm like I'm kind of a mama's boy, so like I feel disturbed by this personally because it's like, chill, that's doing too much. She's like, if my mom said that, I'm like, yeah, mom, you wildin'. Like, don't post this.
Delete this now. Yeah. Delete it.
Sure, I'm the type to have her account and delete it myself. I'm like, you're wildin'.
That's too much. That's too much. This is why we need to bring back bullying. I got secondhand embarrassment for this.
That's crazy.
Grooming her son to fulfill her emotional needs. Her husband/son's father never could. Why isn't CPS at her door?
How old was the kid though? The son?
Probably like 20 something.
Oh, so why is that's a stupid comment then? Saying, oh, why isn't CPS at her?
I don't know. Yeah, that's dumb. But no, it's just little things like this that I just can't.
Unless something went on during his childhood that was inappropriate.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Oh yeah, this was weird too.
To allow girls to wear what they call leggings, they still wear them below their skirt.
What's this about?
But they come out the bottom of the skirt and go somewhere down in the calf or even
I don't know where.
Why is it that people who say, well, it's too hot to wear hose, they won't wear leggings?
Against leggings.
Some people will say, well, they're just tights, but they're not tights.
Or they are close-fitting knit pants. That's what the world calls them. And yet we as holiness people that know that a woman is not supposed to wear pants.
So basically they're saying women are not supposed to wear pants.
You can wear a dress that's
leggings
full enough,
is
big enough.
Basically them trying to like get around modest. Their rules of their
whatever
religion.
You're doing. And if you're not able to do that, don't do anything to be immodest.
Some churches
they got to noticing some of their girls when they rode their bikes wasn't modest, so they started preaching against girls wearing riding bikes.
They were beginning to allow their women and their girls to wear these leggings under their skirts. And as they continued to do that, their skirts got shorter and shorter and shorter. And this winter, they were not wearing skirts. They were just wearing long shirts with their leggings.
And let me say this, right? I used to be team leggings are not pants for a very long time. Like, don't get me started on the crusade I used to go on about how leggings were not pants. But when that long shirt leggings combo came about, oh, it was up. I loved me a tunic and some leggings, okay? I was here for, when I say I am a cozy, comfy girly, I loved every minute of that.
I believe you.
Every minute. But yeah, this is them saying footed tights are morally superior to non-footed leggings. Is not the most serious problem here. The bigger issue is that it is taken for granted that church leaders should be dictating highly specific rules to govern the details of the congregants' lives. Not even Jesus, God incarnate, did this with his disciples. The most specific instruction in all of the New Testament regarding women's clothes is the 2-word phrase, modest apparel. If that was good enough for the New Testament church, how do leaders today have authority to go so far outside the scripture as to command, thou shalt not wear wet leggings under thy skirt? Phrases such as allow their women and our women come across as if the leaders own the church members. It's infantilizing and results in members believing or being dependent upon leaders, believing they are not capable of making their own decisions.
Sounds like fascism or stuff like that.
This behavior is indicative of a high control group. In sharp contrast, the biblical model is one in which believers are equipped for ministry and disciplined into spiritual maturity. They grow in discernment and wisdom as the word is both expounded and lived out in front of them. They are taught to apply scriptural principles to themselves, walk in the spirit, just like Romans 14. Body of Christ should boldly preach the scriptures. We must teach the passages and condemn sin and bring conviction just as much as the passages that encourage and uplift. We ought to proclaim biblical God-given rules and principles and equip saints to apply them. But after that, we stop. We have to trust God's word to be sufficient. God help us not to add to his word. For more articles, touch not mine anointed. Okay, so this is a post that actually condemns this behavior. Okay, good.
That's right.
It is really nothing more than a step towards wearing pants.
That's right.
So I'm with this caption.
Yeah, I never read the caption. It was just the fact of, should we allow our women to wear leggings? Again, weird people. That's like I came across a Hebrew Israelite group in Kansas City, Missouri. They participated in a viral trend and they were like, I'm an Israelite woman. Of course I call my man my Lord. I'm an Israelite woman. Of course I blah, 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 blah. And when I tell you, I was cracking up. I don't think I want my church leaders on social media. I'm sorry. Grant, listen, I have a cousin who's a pastor and he does a lot of good work for his church and he, has his social media, but I don't think the two mix. I don't see him doing trends or taking part in like viral videos and none of that. Yeah. I think he keeps it very appropriate and that's how I want my church leaders to be. I do not need my church leaders doing the freaking TikTok dances trying to use scripture in the middle. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, not a gunshot, my bad. The error message. I don't need that. And I'm just saying, I get it. You want to appeal to the youth. You want to keep people in contact with, the Lord. You want to get their attention. It's kind of like my age group. There were so many times that people wanted to like rap in church and remix songs to be churchy and all of those good things. I hear you, but no. This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line. But it was something else that I wanted to talk about with weird people on the internet, but I can't find it. And I'm already getting tired. So I might save it for next show. Are we on Wednesday?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So I'll save it for next show.
New Year's Day. It's the first one for 2025.
Oh, wow. It is going to be New Year's.
Yep.
Okay. So I gotta plan something for that. All right. So bet. Wait, is it gonna be New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?
New Year's Day.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be after.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I might plan something for that. All righty. Is there anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Festivus for the rest of us. And yeah, that's all I got for now.
All righty. Well, yeah, this has been.
Peace out, 2024.
Word. Yeah. Yeah, we can end on that. What is one goal that you have for 2025?
2025. Invest, and invest. And travel more. How about you?
wanna own some shit.
Gotta own some stocks.
Whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's a business, whether I just want to own shit. That's my goal for 2025. I just want to own shit. I actually I was listening to last week's episode, and then I heard my mom say, she was like, you gotta be careful what you say, because I was saying like I don't want to live too long, and she was like, you gotta be careful what you say. So I'm gonna take it back officially because of you, Mom. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna watch my mouth, and I'm gonna take it back. I want to live as long as the good Lord lets me, and I will leave it at that. But yeah, I wanna start owning some stuff. I wanna get on my mind. So those are my goals. And so, you know, if y'all got any goals in the ether out there, make sure that you're working towards them shits. Like, don't just talk about it, be about it. I know I read somewhere that, you know, when you talk about your goals, your brain really, like, achieving your goals is one thing, but you do get a certain level of dopamine from just talking about it and hearing other people be excited for you and all of those things. So it's like, you know, people get addicted to just having all of these grand plans and having people be like, oh my God, that's so amazing, and wishing you the best of luck. And then they get so satisfied off of that alone that majority of the time they never achieve it because they've already gotten the dopamine from talking about it. So I hope that people are going to be in their doing era. You know, we got this man, Mr. 45, 47, Trumpski, heading into office in just a small amount of time, a couple days. So, you know, y'all got to get on your shit. Y'all got to write it down and make it plain, because these people is not playing with us. We gotta figure something out. So yeah, I hope y'all hit these goals. Please don't be in them people gym acting crazy this week. Please act like if you really and truly ain't never been there before. Please do not be in other people's way trying to figure it out. Go ask somebody for help. Go get the tour. Go get the first couple of little sessions with the trainer. Like, go figure it out. Please do not be in the gym pissing us the hell off. All right?
Exactly.
All right. And on that note, I'ma holla at y'all. All right?
Peace.
Bye.